You didn't end the relationship. You didn't start a fight. You didn't do anything wrong. And yet, slowly, quietly, someone you loved is disappearing from your life. And everyone around you says the same thing. Just fix it. Fight for it. Don't let them go. But what if letting go isn't failure? What if the distance growing between you and that person isn't something you need to stop, but something God started? Because there is a kind of separation that doesn't come from betrayal or misunderstanding. It comes from above. And once you recognize it, you'll stop grieving the loss and start trusting the process. Stay with me, because these signs will change the way you see every relationship in your life. You know exactly how this feels. It's the friend who slowly stopped calling, the person who used to pour into your life, but now feels distant, like a stranger wearing a familiar face. It's the relationship that used to feel easy and now feels like work. Every conversation leaves you drained. Every interaction leaves you feeling smaller than before. Maybe you've tried to fix it. You reached out. You apologized, even when you weren't sure what for. You bent yourself, trying to hold something together that kept falling apart. And now you're left with this quiet, painful question. Did I do something wrong? Am I too much? Not enough? Why does it feel like I'm losing someone I never thought I'd lose? If that's where you are right now, I need you to hear this. You didn't lose them. God moved them. And there's a reason. He didn't ask your permission first. Losing someone, even someone who hurt you, is painful, and God knows that. He never said the process would be easy. He said it would be purposeful. David knew this pain deeply. The man he loved like a brother, Jonathan, was taken from him. The king he served faithfully, Saul, turned against him and hunted him like an enemy. The people he trusted most became his greatest source of pain. And yet, Psalm 27 verse 10 says, "Though my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will receive me." David didn't just survive those losses. He was refined by them. Every person God removed from his life created space for something greater: wisdom, depth, and an intimacy with God that comfort never could have produced. Your pain is real. Your grief is valid. But this separation is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a deeper one. Here's what nobody tells you about divine separation. God doesn't remove people from your life because He's punishing you. He removes them because He's protecting you from a version of yourself that would have stayed small just to keep them comfortable. Some people in your life, no matter how much you love them, are not built for where God is taking you. And if they stayed, you would spend the rest of your life shrinking your calling to fit their comfort zone. Think about Abraham. God told him to leave his country, his people, his father's household, the relationships that defined him, before he revealed the destination. Genesis 12 verse 1. The separation came before the promise. And Joseph, his own brothers, the people who should have protected him, sold him into slavery. That betrayal felt like abandonment, but it was actually a divine relocation, because the pit led to Potiphar's house, which led to prison, which led to the palace. Genesis 37 to 41. Every person God removed from Joseph's life was a step, not a setback. The people leaving your life right now are not taking your future with them. They were never assigned to it. Now let's look at the 5 signs that confirm God is the one doing the removing. Sign 1. Peace is replacing the pain. When God removes someone, He leaves peace in the space they occupied. Not immediately, but eventually. You notice, the anxiety is gone. The constant need to perform, to impress, to manage their emotions has lifted. That peace isn't emptiness. It's confirmation. Sign 2. They were blocking your growth. Look back, honestly. Were you a better version of yourself with them? Or were you holding back? Were you hiding your gifts, your faith, your calling, just to keep them comfortable? Because when God removes someone, you'll often notice that the moment they left, you started becoming who you were always meant to be. Sign 3. The connection became one-sided. Ecclesiastes 4 verse 9 says, "Two are better than one." But God never designed you to carry a relationship alone. When one person is always giving, and the other is always taking. When your presence fills them, but their presence drains you. That imbalance is a sign that the assignment has ended. Sign 4. Your prayers started changing. You used to pray for God to fix it, to bring them back, to restore what was lost. And then, quietly, your prayers shifted. You stopped begging for their return and started asking for peace, direction, and clarity. That shift is God redirecting your faith toward your future instead of your past. Sign 5. Doors started opening after they left. This is the most powerful sign of all. When God removes someone who was limiting you, opportunities begin to appear that were invisible before. New connections, new doors, new versions of yourself you didn't even know existed. That's not coincidence. That's God clearing the path He always had for you. Proverbs 13 verse 20 says, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." God takes your relationships seriously because He knows that the people closest to you shape the person you become. He is not casual about who has access to your life. In John 15 verse 2, Jesus said, "Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, He takes away." The pruning is not punishment, it is preparation. God removes what is no longer producing fruit in your life, not because it was worthless, but because it was finished. And pruning always comes before the greatest season of growth. So if someone is fading from your life right now, stop trying to force what God is releasing. Trust the pruning. Trust the process. Trust that the God who removed them sees what you cannot see yet. The version of your life that only becomes possible when that space is cleared. You are not being abandoned. You are being repositioned. If this spoke to something you've been carrying, drop "I trust the process" in the comments. Let's fill this space with people who are choosing to trust God, even when it hurts. And subscribe, because in the next video, we're going to talk about something even deeper: why God allows you to go through pain, and the surprising reason it's actually a sign of His love. You didn't lose them. God moved them, and He always moves with purpose.